Before Samson ever drew a sword or flexed his strength, his story began with a promise. Israel had done evil again in the sight of the Lord, and the Philistines ruled over them. But one day, an angel of the Lord appeared to a barren woman in Zorah.
Thou shalt conceive and bear a son. No razor shall come upon his head, and none, for the child shall be a Nazirite unto God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines.
That child's name was Samson, a man destined for greatness, yet tested by his own desires. One day, as he journeyed to meet a Philistine woman, a young lion roared against him. And the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he tore the lion apart with his bare hands, as one would tear a young goat. No weapon, no armor, only the strength of God. But from that lion came a riddle, and from that riddle came betrayal, for the Philistines deceived him through his wife, and Samson's anger burned hot. Years later, when the Philistines came to bind him, the Spirit of the Lord came upon him again. He found the fresh jawbone of a donkey, and with it struck down 1,000 men.
Heaps upon heaps have I slain 1,000 men.
The earth trembled with his might, but pride began to whisper louder than purpose. Another night the Philistines surrounded him in Gaza. They thought they had him trapped. But Samson rose at midnight and tore the gates from their hinges, hoisting them upon his shoulders, carrying them to the top of a hill before Hebron. Yet even this mighty act could not free him from the chains of his heart. Then came Delilah, beautiful, persuasive, dangerous. The Philistine rulers promised her silver if she could uncover the secret of Samson's strength.
Wherein thy great strength lieth out.
3 times she asked, and 3 times he deceived her. Fresh cords, new ropes, weaving his hair in a loom. Each time the Philistines rushed in, and each time Samson snapped his bonds like thread. But Delilah would not stop. Her persistence was a weapon sharper than any sword. Day after day she pressed him, until his soul was vexed unto death. And finally Samson told her all his heart.
If I be shaven, my strength will leave me.
While he slept upon her knees, she called for a man to shave off the 7 locks of his hair. And the strength that once shook nations departed.
Be upon thee, Samson!
He awoke thinking he could break free as before, but he knew not that the Lord was departed from him. The Philistines seized him, gouged out his eyes, and bound him in bronze fetters. The mighty judge of Israel became a blind slave, grinding grain in prison. Days turned to months. The man who once burned fields and broke armies was now forgotten, but not forsaken, for his hair began to grow again, and with it, the mercy of God. One day the Philistines gathered in the temple of their god Dagon. 3,000 men and women filled the balconies, laughing and mocking. They called for Samson to entertain them, the fallen hero, the blind strong man.
O Lord
Samson
God,
had one final prayer left.
remember me, I pray thee, this once, O God, that I may be avenged of the Philistines for my 2 eyes.
placed his hands upon the two great pillars that held the temple.
With the Philistines.
And the temple collapsed, burying rulers, warriors, and Samson himself. And in his death, he slew more than he ever had in his life. Samson's story is one of strength and sorrow, a warning that power without purity leads to ruin, but also a reminder that repentance still opens the door to redemption. Even in our weakest moment, God can turn defeat into deliverance. The Lord is my strength and my shield.